your refrigerator. If you're going to get one for your small home, find out when school season is going out for college students, the fridge are going on sale. Okay, so I'm already prepared for the ceiling fan. I'm already prepared for a lot of stuff that electricity. I'm already prepared for that. That is the main thing. Make sure nobody has to go back into your wall. I went with tin around the sides. The reason I don't want to go with skirting, because when it dry rot and you get ready to cut a weed eater, and that tin is gonna stand that weed eater when you go to cutting it. So I say I want to cook outside. Well, I went to a thrifty store and they had a brand new grill sitting there. I grabbed it, brand new grill, and I think I paid about $5 for it. That's another thing you can do. Start going to thrifty stores for a lot of things that you may need. I got to add something else to the porch. Sorta. If you look at it, I have to come in here with groceries. I have to come in here with different stuff. But sometimes the rain blows because my porch is not extended out far enough. Good morning, good evening. How's everybody doing out there? Y'all might be seeing me sweating a little bit, I promise you. A lot of this stuff may be coming off. By the way, y'all, I live in a shed, a 12 by 24. In a shed. I am a small farmer, you might as well say. I have cats, roosters, and I just got a dog. Y'all, I don't feel no air coming in here at all. I want to take you guys outside because, you know, I just got those 5. Okay, I don't know, battery went dead. Okay, wait. I don't know if I showed you guys the up and down and around. But this is going to be totally different today because even though it's about the shed converting into a home, and I want to tell you guys how you can get it done, okay? And find out, wait, I'm moving this around. Hold on, y'all. How it can be done living in a shed if you want to downsize and you're looking for land. This is what this is going to be about. You know, I got to change all this Easter stuff out. Easter's over with, but didn't come out here for that. And someone say, you know what? Get on there and tell everyone how you can get it done. Number 1. When you have that thought to buy a tiny home, or you have a thought for a shed and convert it into a tiny home, start looking around at land. See, you already got the thought pattern. Hold on just a second. Hold on just 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Okay, had to get some of that sweat off me. But make sure you go, when you got that, go look at the land. Go look at it on the internet. Go look for land on the internet. See, your thought pattern is going to change. Because now what you want, you're putting it out there in that universe and you can get. I'm trying to hear what that sound was. I thought it was a snake, y'all. But you put it, that was I got my Rottweiler puppy tied up too, because my Rottweiler likes to take the cat, and see, the cat, she don't know her own weight and her teeth. So you guys, in the next video you might see MM, but I'm telling you, MM is getting potty training. But let me get back to this. When you go look at that land, now this is something you need to look at on this land, and I promise you, first of all, you're going to put it out in that universe. See, the thought then already came to you. So try to stay away from, I'm going to tell you guys this, and I might have to put my cat out because she's around my feet. Yeah, hold on. No. 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 Usually a cat is easy to... Try to stay away from trees on that property if you're going to keep them. Okay, let me put it this way. Try your best. If you got a big tree on that one, let's say acre lot, and you got one big tree there. Now find out where you're going to place this tiny home at. Because at this point in time, insurances is not taken care of if a tree fall on your home. Now, I know who's looking at me. So this goes for the people, the range, the people that looking at me is in their 40s. So this is what I'm telling you guys to look at. Get pencil and paper. I don't know if I'm going to be on tack with it. Okay. Mind you, if you got a lot of trees on that property, don't let that deter you now. Don't let that. Because you can go to Home Depot, find somebody to rent that little piece of equipment. And you can cut those trees out. You can find somebody who can root up those trees. And it's really not that expensive. It just looks like it unless you buy a whole lot of acres. Okay? So, if you're going to get the trees and you don't want that special tree to be tore down or pulled up, make sure your tiny home is far away from it. Because when God does something, you don't know when a tornado might hit. You don't know what can make this tree fall. Are you going to be out of a lot of money? Something to look at. But land is very easy to get because people are not paying attention to that acre or that 2 acres, and you're looking at, oh wow, that's for sale. So you're looking at all of these trees and you're not looking at, hey, I can clean this up and I can put a tiny home there. See, like I say, I know who's looking at my videos because they like 40 and up. So usually if you're 40 and up, you really want to downsize. That's a lot of them. But some people don't. So you can get a shed as big as you want it. Now this shed is a 12 by 24. Do I want another one? Yeah, I do want another one. Would I go with a bigger one? Yes, I would. I probably would go with one that would be easy to grab and put down and don't have to do too much maintenance. See, I've learned from the first one. So what you do, you look at those trees. That can be cut down. That can be rooted up with very little price. You're looking at, if you're going to keep a tree, how far is that tree going to fall? If it should fall, would it fall on your tiny home? Mind you, you're going small. So that means, do you have enough money? Is to keep that tree if it should fall down and end up destroying your home? So that's something else you can look into on that. And don't give up your dream. Don't give up your dream if you want a tiny home or if you want a home. Don't give up on your dream. It took me a while to get this home right here. And the reason it did, because I was undecided and didn't know what I wanted to do, which you know I have a rooster, which you can hear. So I decided, you know what, let me start off and let me just get it. Let me start, let me get it, the rest is going to fall in order. Like I say, do not give up on your dream. Please don't, because you're not going to go forward. And don't let nobody talk you out of it if you want it. Okay, then you got to go check and see, will they allow it on that property? A lot of places allow it on the property. So you on your property. So look onto that and see, can you put a shed there and turn it into a home? That's something else that, you know, you can do your homework on that. After you get the shed, maybe you want to do your little garden. And you guys probably need to look in the rural area. Look in the rural area for a tiny home. Once again, you see this one, it hasn't even been finished, but guess what? I'm here. I stay here. So when you do this, and you be saying, don't stop thinking that you don't have the money. Stop it. Stop it right there. Well, I don't have the money to do it. Just stop right there. Because you don't even own your own self. Your creator created you. So don't give up on I don't have the money. Don't speak that to yourself, because miracles happen every day. So when you get into one of these sheds, then everything, everything is going to start going in order. It's going to start coming in order because you're thinking it. This is what you want. And a peace of mind in one of these, oh my God, where you just want to get away. Another thing, go and ask one of your relatives. Maybe you got a friend that don't mind you being in the backyard for a shed. Go look and see, can you get one in the backyard from where your friend is. And you might want your grandmother or your great-grandmama, and you can pay attention to them. You can look and check out how they're doing. Some people don't want to send their loved ones to a nursing home. Some people want their loved one right there. Well, a shed converting it to a home is the ideal thing. The ideal thing. So you can say, hey, let me walk in the backyard. Let me check this out. Let's see what's going on. Me, Mom, Papa, how y'all doing? And then you realize that most older people don't really have to have a whole lot of stuff. And when you downsize, get prepared now. That's another thing. Look at what you got. Do you want to bring all that stuff with you? Because if you do, you might be in a lot of trouble trying to get it moved, trying to get this and that. So if you have that goal to do that, look at what you can get rid of when you come into one of these homes. These converted sheds into a tiny home. That's something else, you know. And if you feel like you want to get one and you end up getting one, start getting your screws, start getting your nails, start getting, if you're going to go with a porch, maybe you might want a chair, catch them on sale. That's what I did. I just start buying them things and sticking them. I mean, you might see totes in here, but these totes and stuff is coming out of here. But they got screws, they got nails, they got paint. I would advise you, try to make your paint the last thing you do. The reason I say, especially if you're moving slow, you don't have the finance to do it, make your paint last, because if it's real hot where you live, that paint will go bad in these tiny homes and sheds, because you have to, unless you have a cool place to put that paint. So I started getting insulation, and you guys were so helpful to me. So I was doing insulation. I was buying wire. The wire was all rolled up. Well, let me put this here. Let me put this here. Let me do that. Let me see what else I did. Little by little, like, okay, I say I want to cook outside. Well, I went to a thrifty store and they had a brand new grill sitting there. I grabbed it, brand new grill, and I think I paid about $5 for it. That's another thing you can do. Start going to thrifty stores for a lot of things that you may need. I'm going to tell you some hiccups that I had with it. Because I can't turn on my fan, I can't turn on the air conditioner, I can't do anything right now because you wouldn't hear me. Talk to you a contractor. Don't let that scare you now. I ain't saying that. Because I made a mistake. I don't get paneling nails. Get paneling screws. If you get those screws where they can be drawn in, and don't go with paneling nails, because they're going to make a big hole, make a big mess, and you're going to have a problem. So look at the screws. So when someone come in, they're able to cut that sheetrock, they're able to drill, and maybe you might want to go with paneling. Now paneling in this shed turned into a home, 12 by 24. Y'all, the paneling, you guys see that white paneling right here? You see this white paneling? I got that Woo, that came out of a house that I was starting on, and I just kept, that didn't start up right because my mind wasn't set. But I never drilled that paneling hole into that other place I was at. So I was able to grab, let me see how many I was able to grab. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pieces of paneling. That's right there. Now I'm gonna paint that, and my deal is to paint it black. But then again, I'm thinking about, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Your mind is gonna change. But guess what? It's right there. It's right there. Okay, I say, okay, if I paint it black, oh God, what am I gonna? If I gotta get the lights. And then I'm going back into thinking, but it's there. And at this time, I said I was gonna paint it black. Y'all heard me when I said I'm painted black. But by me being a YouTuber, I might have to go with white. And then again, I thought about not painting it. I can do peel and stick. Okay, that's another thing. With this sheetrock here in this shed, turned into a tiny home, 12 by 24. And I'll tell you why I keep repeating that. I have a reason why I keep repeating it. Let me go around a little bit. Try not to hit my cat. But I don't want to paint. Paint will be very difficult for me right now. It would be very difficult. Now, can you paint yours? Yeah, definitely. But I had started putting pictures on the wall. I got a bed in here. I got to sand it down. I got to do this and that. I got to find somebody to come in here and help me do it. No. Peel and stick for me. Now, if you're going to do it and you don't want to put nothing into your shed, turn it into a home, convert it into a home, and if you do the insulation, I got the insulation in here. I got the sheetrock in here. I got the insulation sheet, the wires in here. But at this point in time, I had stuff in here. So now I'm not going to undo all of this stuff, get somebody to sand it, and then I got to also do all the dusting. So peel and stick will be my best out. Okay? If you guys see me moving, I'm trying to move up the way of my cat down here at my feet. So I think peel and stick would be better for me. But some people, let me tell you, once you get this stuff up and you ain't got nothing in your shed, turn it into a home, you can go ahead and paint it. Do you want to go with like I say, paneling? Do you want to paint that paneling? You got a clean shot before you get anything that you got to stick on the wall. And see, my bed is also here. Let me show you my bed. Y'all, I ain't even made up my bed, y'all. I promise you. I haven't even, like, made it up. Let me move this out the way. Because I'm a YouTuber, so my situation is different from everybody else's. So, here, I did a bed. In here, it's the bed. And also over here, let me show you guys. I did curtains. They're not going to stay. They're not going to stay. So, my electricity is not hooked up. So, how are you doing it? Well, I'm running a cord from one point to another point. And, look, I'm trying to, I don't know, if it ain't the dog, it's the cat. I forgot where I was dealing with the cat trying to mess with the legs. So, I end up putting my bed in here, and I don't want to take it out. The simplest thing is for me just to go ahead and do peel and stick. Am I in a rush for doing it? Nah, but when you get to a certain age, you don't really, if you want a fast one, I can understand if you want to do it real fast. Get people in there, come in there, come in. If you got the finance, do it. But if you don't have the finance, Do the important things. You know you got to stay warm. You know you got to do this. You know oh yeah, the insulation and the wiring. During the wintertime, I was freezing. Y'all almost. But you guys came on in, and if you go back over my old videos, you can see where you guys were sending the blankets, you guys were sending the heaters, you guys were sending the propane heater with the bottle, which, you know, you have to cut it off at a certain time. I advise you, do not use a, hold on, let me show y'all, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I would advise you guys to not use one of these all night. Okay? Because carbon monoxide is not a joke. And before you go to sleep, you need to be cutting it off. Ventilation is very important. I've learned that off of you all, you guys. Ventilation, very important if you're going to use a little buddy heater. Isn't this the little buddy heater? Yeah, and this one say Mr. Heater. So, little buddy. So, if you're going to use that, that comes in handy. But do not sleep with that on. If you have no electricity coming to your shed, converting it to a home, do not use it all night long. Okay? Let me see what else I wanted to tell you guys. If you do decide to go with sheetrock and you don't have enough money, buy you one sheet at a time. When you get $20, go buy that sheetrock. When you get a little money to do something, like up here, this is going to be metal. That's going to be the tin I'm putting at the top, and it will run this way. So you guys, little by little, just start getting the small stuff. Once you get the shed delivered, don't worry about being in a rush if you don't have the finance. If you got the finance, you go for it. Go for it. Go for it. If you got the finance. Me, I just don't have the finance to do everything. So I do little by little. About the only thing I need in here now is the peel and stick. Get someone who can cut this paneling and put it up against that wall. Now, the verdict is out on this too. It's still out on this because I'm thinking about, I've seen somebody cutting a window. And for some reason, if in here, if you cut that window, you're looking right out there in the fields. You're looking, probably you might even see a deer. And that's something I was thinking about if I go with a window there. But then I had to think about, okay, cutting the yard. You got rocks that hit too. And I do have a broke pane. But that's either here or there. So the verdict is out before I put that paneling up. That's why I say sometimes you have to think before you do everything. Another thing, run all your sockets that you want to run. Do not think about, well, I can't do nothing but one socket and maybe later. No. Do all the sockets you can do. And if you have to take your time on doing it, do it. Because I got socket there, socket there, socket there, socket there, socket there, socket there. Because guess what? I don't want to take all this stuff out of the wall to make this work. I don't want to do it later. Well, I should have put one there. I should have been. Now, mind you, I did make a mistake. Probably, maybe not, maybe yes. But on this wall right here, my electrician has already run a wire for outside. That's on that wall. Now, in the front, I should have had one ran there. But that's okay because I still have a light that's going to be on the porch. Okay? So, before you do all of that, make sure you get all the wiring and all the electricity done where you want your wire. Now, don't mean you have to put your walls up. But put all the sockets in that you need to. If you want to wait for a little while and say, well, my electrician, you know, I can't get there. I can't get that done. Take your time. Wait another day. Get some of it done. Some of it done. But get that electrician done. Then you go up with your insulation. People say I should have sprayed the insulation. Spraying insulation would have cost more than the shed. And would I do the next one like that? Maybe yeah, maybe not. I don't know, because the bird is out on that one too. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to wipe all this sweat off me. Hold on, y'all. So the bird is out there. But the main thing is, when your wire go up, you make sure. Now, I'm going to show you something. Here, you can see right here. Let me show you this. You see, I had it done. And can y'all see that wiring? I'm not for sure. But the wiring is already running right here. It's running, and I'm already prepared for a ceiling fan. Okay. So I'm already prepared for the ceiling fan. I'm already prepared for a lot of stuff that electricity. I'm already prepared for that. That is the main thing. Make sure nobody has to go back into your wall again. So let me see what else. Here, but I don't just do shed to home. I am in the country, so by me being in the country, I can do a whole lot of other things, and I gotta get myself today and move all of the Easter stuff out, because it's not Easter anymore. Y'all, I think I'm pretty cute with my hair probably growing. Y'all see me sweating already, right? I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe I put a hat on my head. But right now, I tell you, y'all, it's burning up in here. Now, in the summertime, it's hot because nothing is running. But it's very well secured with insulation on the walls. So, you guys, stay tuned to the things I gotta do in here. It rained. Oh, did it rain? Well, the grass was like this. Now the grass is like this. And I asked somebody, I said, would you guys stay tuned with me if I decide to get a snake? Yeah. This grass have grown so tall. And I know snakes are out there. I wouldn't get no snake, y'all. I'm being honest. I might get a turtle, but I ain't getting no snake. That's about the nearest reptile I can do. Let me see. I think I probably told you guys all the things. And also, this another thing. Your refrigerator. If you're going to get one for your small home, find out when school season is going out for college students, the fridge are going on sale. They're going on sale. Let me see what else. Your chairs, buy them when summer is going out. Home Depot have some good ones. Family Dollar, all those things. I'll tell anybody, don't buy nothing when it first come out, because it's just a waste. It is a waste. Let me see what else. Okay, the decorations that's around up in here, it came from a lot of you all. And then the gifts that you guys send. And then when you guys sent other gifts, I was able to go buy some of this stuff that I needed. But I don't call a thrift store out the way now. Don't do it. Don't do it. But my situation is different from y'all because I am a YouTuber. So as you can see, it's a lot of color that's going on in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up my bed. Gotta make it up. I gotta make it up. But now I'm just finna straighten up in here. Also, I went with a rug on the floor. I'm gonna show y'all that later. Not a rug. I went with something that's like outside, inside. For it, and it's easy to vacuum. It's easy to take. It's easy to dust off. Let me see. Mind you, these sheds were sheds. So when you look up here, you see that shed right there, that vent, and I got it from somebody else, and they told me, they say, the sheds are meant for people to work in. So I was able to cover that up for that cold air that was coming in and out. But I advise you guys, be very careful. Oh, this is another thing that you need. Hold on. Hold on. Please get a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector. I think, you know, you can buy these together or you can buy them separate. I bought mine that was together. So I say I might as well get it. In the future, I might need it. So that's something else you can look at. Wait a minute, y'all. Also, get you a candle. Don't burn it, though. This candle right here, y'all. Ooh, I just got some more energy. This is called 1,000 Wishes. One of the supporters sent this. I can't recall the name right now, but sometime when I get really frustrated, I'm not advertising for this candle at all. I get frustrated, I can smell this candle. I don't know, it even helped me with my headaches, y'all. A lot of this little stuff, like I say, come from the thrifty store. A lot of stuff you can find at the thrifty store. And go get your sockets. That's another thing. Find your sockets when they're on sale, or go to Walmart and get those sockets. And I just got a whole lot of them. But Deborah Hill sent me a whole box of them because I was doing little by little. But one of the subscribers sent me something to do the whole house with. That's Deborah Hill. So I'm thankful for each and every last one of you all. Okay, let me see. I haven't even changed my chalkboard back there. I'm not in a big rush to really finish everything off, but this winter it will be all done. Before the winter hit, it will be all, before the summer over with, it'll be all done. Oh, this is another thing. This is something else I came up with. Somebody told me this. They say you don't have to go with electricity with a pole. Why don't you get a generator? Get a generator that can run this whole house for up to a week with just fill it up with gas. And I will run that so it won't be so close to my house. I will run that way out there. I will have electricity ran way out there. So if something should happen, that gas is not really close up on here. That's something you can look forward to too. Now, the electricity, yeah, you need the inside. But think about a generator. So I'm looking into that. And I'm like, that will save me a whole lot of money. Just get that done. So, I'm telling you. Now, with the generator, I know it's going to rain. And after a while, it's going to like rain. And it's just going to mess it up. So I'm thinking about buying something that go on the top like a little shed or something. Probably when my chickens come out, I probably could use that chicken thing. Now I got to put it there. That's what I'm thinking about. I wanted to tell you guys something too. Let me see what else I have to say. Your windows, make sure that you have, if you can, some screen on them. If you can. A lot of things you don't have to really have. And also you can buy these used. You can get used ones. And I went with a metal top. I didn't want shingles. I just didn't feel like the shingle was going to outstand the metal. So that's something else I went with. Look and see and ask, if you do decide to go with a dealer, ask how long would that metal last. Because metal, let me tell you something, you still would have wear and tear on it because you have to replace those screws after so many years. But I'm 60 at this point almost. August of 26, I'll be 60. I ain't finna make my age real fast, but I'll be 60. That's me or here, there. Also, start going to garage sales. You will find out. Sometimes you can go to garage sale, find people that was carpenters that got all of these nails, all of these screws, everything that you need. And if you do decide you want to paint the house quicker, you might find some paint. Also, if you're going to do painting and you're able to do it, go look at that Oops paint. Go look at that mistaken paint. And you can get them in 5 gallons. I advise people, if you're going to do that, get them in a big bucket because you might just want to paint the whole thing. At this point in time in our life, you know what? Stuff that ain't really got to match. It really ain't. If you're going to paint. But me, I'm thinking about just go ahead with peel and stick. That's something that I'm saving my money for because I know I got to get the rolls. I got to get the rolls. I got to get the rolls. And one thing I was thinking about, I want you guys to answer this question for me. You see the seam on here? If I go with peel and stick, look. If I go with, now this is really done really flush. And it doesn't have anything, but I was wondering, with the peel and stick, I don't even think I really got to putty the screws. I don't think I got to putty the screws. As you stay here and you start finding out and you look at other YouTube videos, go over there, do your research on it. On how you want your tiny home, converting your shed, convert to a tiny home. 12 by 24 is this one. Oh yeah, you guys might, I'm telling you, let me tell you, I found out YouTube new rules. They prefer, if you're going to talk about something, you need to say about, you at least need to say about 3 times or more. Because that's how the algorithm finds you. So when I say 12 by 24, converting shed, or shed converting it to a home, 12 by 24, the algorithm is picking it up. That's for me. So you guys, a lot of you guys may not be YouTubers, but that's for me. A lot of new stuff have happened with YouTube, and I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Here I run roosters, hen, chicken. I'm thinking about getting some goats and some ducks on the farm. So I will be able to call this a farm. Is that considered as a farm if you just got animals? Is that a farm? I don't know. You guys tell me. Well, now, if I come back on here, oh yeah, when the wind blows, I don't know, even with a regular house, but with these sheds, they make them so good. I think you got Graceland, and you got, what is the other one? Graceland? Y'all that just went around my, Graceland got good shed, and then you got, wait a minute, that just, look, call it, don't charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, because I sure forgot about that. But you have other people that make sheds, but this one is very sturdy, and when the wind is blowing, I never know it. I'm like, wow, I can't even feel the wind. If I go out there on the porch, I can feel it. I decided to go with a porch. I'm going to tell you another thing. When you got these sheds, and you decided that you want a porch, and then you say, well, I'll put a porch on there later. Always know, later may not never come. If you can get this already attached to it, you're saving a lot of money, because now you ain't got to find nobody to do everything. But if you find somebody who can do it all, go for it. If you can find somebody, but if you're on a fixed income Get the porch already on there, because you have a tendency, people have a tendency, oh yeah, I'll be there, oh yeah, I'll be there. Also, just another thing. With the padding that I went with one in the beginning. I had to jack it back up and go with 2. Now, if you can help it with these tiny homes, these sheds converting to a home, if you can go with some gravel up under there, do so. If you can put it on some concrete, do so. Because it has a tendency for you just to put it on the ground. It has a tendency to have that moisture. Yeah, that part right there. It'll gain moisture. So if you can get some gravel, put down there before they drop it, and try to make it come up a little bit higher than what they might say. You don't need nothing but I forgot what size it was for this one, but I had to have 20 of them, and I should have got 40 of them, because I had to pay somebody to come back and jack up the shed, converting into a home, because it was too low to the ground. So you look at that padding and see how far you might get one about this thick. I would advise you guys to get some about a little bit taller if you want to go with 2 of them. I wouldn't go with so many of them. I see people that have them. That didn't let me know wind could just come through there. Oh, another thing. If you decide to have a window, these windows in here, right? And you decide to let up one window, that's fine. But try to let that window down before you leave. I say that to say this. I would tell you, if you're going to let up a window, let up 2. Because if a storm comes through, that air has no way to get out. So if you let up 2 windows, you got to wait for that air to come out, and it won't destroy your tiny home. And it's not so much as too much wind. It may be a little wind, but still, you're looking at a problem. So by me being here, I see that it ain't. Oh, another thing. Just showed you this. I gotta get someone to spray for pesticides, because wasps have a tendency to make nests. And yeah, you can see around it and all, but on their porch they find little bitty cracks. We have wasps. You have dirt daubers. So on the porch, I be looking up, and you find out that you see one wasp. Then the next thing you know, that wasp made a home and did. So get you some pesticide while you at it, if you can help it. Be careful of your pets too with the pesticide. Something to think about. I went with 10 around the sides. The reason I don't want to go with skirting, because when it dry rot and you get ready to cut or weed eater, and that 10 is gonna stand that weed eater when you go to cutting it. So that's something else to do. If you're gonna surround it with something, either be brick, but always know, if you go with that siding, that skirting, that plastic skirting, that's what you're gonna get, and it's gonna start having big holes in it. Now with this tin that I'm putting around the house, around the shed, converting it to a home, I can move the tin out of the way. Now I'm thinking about going with cinder blocks. Should I paint them and make the tin stay up? The reason I say that is to say this: you might have to get under there for something. You might have to get under there for something. I will leave an opening so I can get in and out. Something that somebody might want to run their plumbing. I would advise you with the tin. Now it's here, there, and you want the color, but I'm telling you, it's going to dry rot, and you're going to have to replace it. So y'all look into that. Let me see. I got to add something else to the porch. Sorta. If you look at it, I have to come in here with groceries. I have to come in here with different stuff. But sometimes the rain blows because my porch is not extended out far enough. I've been looking into different things that is portable, where I can take it and I can still, and it looks decent. You know, I'm a type of person that I like, if I'm gonna live here, I don't want it to look any kind of way. I do want it neat. Also with these, if you can help it, get you moisture control. Something for moisture. You all told me about it, and I tell you, I got one that is gonna help with moisture. Also, you can go to Walmart and get something, or go online, or Dollar Tree has catch the moistures in these little containers. That's something else you can look at. Also, I end up with a lot of caulking. Because now when I sit back, I think about that. I'm like, okay, put that caulking there. Sometimes I'm just sitting around, oh, put some caulking over there. I went with the clear caulking. So put some caulking there, some caulking there. So then you don't have a whole lot of mildew, moisture when you do that. Buy you some caulking when you at the store. They're $1 or something. Grab one, especially at Walmart. Grab one. Put it into your container with your screws and stuff that you might need. Save it. You're gonna need a little bit of staples so you can staple your insulation. Another thing that you can do with these sheds converting into a tiny home is you can go to Home Depot and they will sell you those busted bags of insulation, which it would have probably been about $50 for a bag. Well, you probably can get it for 10. I really got some dirt cheap. I really did. I was buying them. I was buying it. I'm like, okay, that bag over there busted. Can I get that bag? Go to the management or go to someone that's over it. And, you know, they'll make a pretty good deal because the bag is busted. Busted bags on insulation. Also go to the clearance section, which you want to go with the screws. I'm going to show you guys the screws that I end up with. I went to the clearance section. Got some screws. Never pay for nothing full price. I just don't see no reason. Why would I want to pay full price for some screws? Oh, I want all mine. I ain't gonna buy nothing used, nothing, no screws. Okay, discount. Tell me, can I use that? But also, I want you guys to really pay attention. I wish I had. Please stay away from the nails with your sheetrock. They're not nothing but to make big holes, and it get weak. And then you got to realize, you might want to move that shed. And guess what? You got nails. So it's going to weaken up. And see, the nails are going straight, the screws are going straight to the stud. So, that's another thing. I will show you the dog in a little while. MM ain't no joke. MM don't know her own weight. Y'all, I got a full-blooded Rottweiler. It was a puppy. She's still a puppy. But let me tell you, when she get out this puppy stage, it's going to be a... Woo, Jesus. Everybody say, you know, when you get a full-blooded rock, that puppy stage ain't going to be no joke. It ain't no joke. So, I got to get in here, and I got to take all of this. Let me show y'all. Let me show you. I got to take all of this right here and take it out because we got Easter is over with. Mother's Day is coming. So you guys stay tuned for that. I got to change the chalkboard out. And, okay, just stay tuned. Hoping that the day will come. y'all. I got some of it down. I got a lot of Easter. Well, I got all the Easter stuff down, but these over here, these eggs right here, I just love the tassels on here and I said, nah, I don't want to take that down because that's the wall that video on and you guys see. So once again, you guys, here is the shed, 12 by 24. And look, I told you guys I did the curtains out of, if you see, the curtains ain't really, they're not really all that, but they sustain for what I needed to do as for putting up something on the wall with all these different colors. See, once I do that steel and peel, I'm gonna be good, and I'll be able to come in here, have them to like frame the windows and do the framing the way I want them to be. But right now the plastic suffice for what I need to be done. And wait, let me give you guys a close-up shot on. Now Mother's Day is coming up. I don't have nothing for Mother's Day. If anybody make anything out there for Mother's Day, send it to me. Send it to me. Y'all, send me something to go on this wall for Mother's Day. 4th of July is really not that big a deal. Now, August the 26th is my birthday. So if you guys want to send some birthday things to go on the wall, I'll put them there for August. Wow, when August comes in, it's almost time for winter time again, huh? I'm just going a little bit too fast. Right here, it just seems like that wall is just very bare, I guess, because I'm used to looking at the different things for Easter. And I just love the loud colors. Like, let me see. See, this is just really, I think I would have kept this up. Probably, I could do Happy Mother's Day right here, right? I could put Mother's Day right there. I could come up happy. Because I don't want Happy Easter out there because you guys will probably think it's like Easter time. So I try to put up pictures and stuff that you guys can relate to as for you know what time of year it is. But Easter just left. So Mother's Day is coming up. Now, this is something that's very important to me right here. Everything that you guys give me is very important. I got to do the story on her. I end up buying her. I really like her. But usually you see all of this stuff around here is very important. But this little girl right here, she means so much to me. She's the best thing in the whole wide world, you guys. She's the best thing in the whole wide world, this little girl right here. She is my world. Right here. She means everything to me. Was she a little girl that got into a whole lot of things? Absolutely right. Yeah. I wonder what she's doing now. But as I look at this little girl, I just look like, how did you waste your stuff, end up getting somebody to take a picture, and your arm is in it, your elbow is in the juice? Wow. And on here I found some little stickers that says, blessed, love, loving my roots. Look at it. I think that's really, really cute. Don't you think that? I don't know. That little girl, she just, I don't know. People say she kind of looked like me.